Hey guys. So today I'm just gonna kind of clean you up before you go to bed. So, without further delay, let's get started. So, what I've been up to lately? Well, just got over the flu from last week, and it's been snowing in Texas, so that's been an experience. And I don't know, I've just been very lazy lately. I've just been feeling very blah. That's the best way I can explain it. Um, it's been a weird week, but just had a just been have just, it's just been having a very blasé feeling, like nothing extraordinary, nothing different, just kind of blasé. Um, but I actually have been learning a lot about myself this week. Um, I learned a very good lesson today. I'm actually recording this on Friday. You guys are probably not gonna get it until Saturday, but long story short, um, I'm starting to realize when it comes to like in the dating area, how I may like kind of set my own house on fire, if you get what I mean. Um, so today there was this girl. There was well two, but there was this one girl who walked into my job. I work at a salon, and you're obviously gonna get women that come in, but there was this one particular girl who I was really attracted to. Like when I say attracted to, I was just like, I really want to ask this girl out, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Um, so the thing about it is that usually when that happens, like when there's a girl within a 5 foot radius that I find attractive, I turn into this super mega ultra klutz. That means I can either fall, I can hurt myself in some way, I can cause catastrophic damage to the next thing right next to me. And yeah, it's a very fun experience. Or I can just embarrass myself in some very minute but very explosive way. For an example, back when I was in high school, I had this thing for a girl. Um, I I call it a thing, but I was like in love with this girl, like it was crazy. Anyways, long story short, she starts talking to me, right? And I'm having a conversation with her, and it's going pretty well. And I'm good. She goes about her way, I go about my way. I'm feeling kind of happy because I got to talk to my crush. And I turn around, I look at somebody, and they're like, "Hey, dude, you know you have a booger right hanging out of your nose?" I had a full blown conversation with this young lady, and I had a booger hanging out of my nose, and she didn't tell me. Um, I don't know if she noticed, but they sure did. Anyways, long story short, I was embarrassed, and I just sat there wallowing in my own sorrow about, man, I that girl just probably could not stop staring at that freaking thing hanging out of my nose. Um, but yeah. So today was interesting. Um, today, uh, it was raining today, so I guess my shoes got a bit slippery at the bottom. And as luck and sweet old karma would have it, I would almost slip in front of this girl who I found very attractive and looked like a weirdo. But I caught my balance. I caught my balance. And I survived the fall. But that's not where this story ends, ladies and gentlemen. No, it doesn't. Um, Now comes the part where I really realize how I set my own house on fire. Naturally, if there's a girl that you're attracted to, or a boy, whoever, whatever you're attracted to, naturally, the logical thing is to go up to that person and express how you feel. If I see a girl that I am like even remotely attracted to, I try every and anything to show this girl I have no affection for her whatsoever. I have no idea why that's the defense mechanism that I do, or why that's the first thing I think to do, or that's the instinctual move, but it is. And this girl is sitting like what, a couple feet away from me, getting her hair done, and my boss asked me to clean a couple display portions, display cabinets. So I'm like, fine, whatever. Um, so I start cleaning them, and I see her, and she's looking at me, and she's smiling. Oh, good. I smile back, and I laugh, kind of giggle. I try not to make it look weird, but I am sweating. Like I'm in my like I was wearing like a sweater and a jacket because it's cold down here, guys. Like it's really cold. Um, and I'm just sweating, just like profusely, like frightened. I'm like, this girl's probably laughing at me. She thinks I'm weird, and I'm just, sweating, and I'm like, I gotta go walk closer to her, man. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So I'm in my head, just kind of like dying, because I gotta get close to this girl that I find very attractive. Like, I'm some sort of a child. And I start cleaning up, and I'm like, you gotta talk to her. So I start talking to her, and she's laughing at my lame jokes, and I'm just like, that's going well. It's going pretty well. Um, and then this other girl comes in, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And they start talking. I'm like, okay, cool. So I kind of just like psyched myself out in that moment. I don't know why, but I don't know. I think it's sort of a confidence issue. I don't think it's like I don't think I lack confidence because I do love myself, but I'm just so afraid that I'm going to be embarrassing, or I'm going to say something that's just going to either like throw her off or be awkward, and like, or she like, I may smile at this girl and I have like something hanging out of my nose, or she looks at me, I look at her, and for some reason a teardrop just like what? So I'm like super paranoid, and yeah, man. And then I go back over, just to, joke with my coworker, and she's laughing, whatever. And I'm just like, man, I really should have just went for it, but I was so like, I don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable, and especially when you're there to kind of relax, the last thing you need is a guy hitting on you, and it's just weird. And I don't want to be that person. You like, I don't want to be that person that's like, in your face about it. So I'll do like little subtle ways, or like I'll kind of like fish it out, but like I don't know, just I psyched myself out, guys. I really did, and I'm really starting to learn how as a person, like when I'm in those situations, how I set my own house on fire instead of actually, being honest in that situation. Like honestly, I just wanted to just be like, hey, listen, I was wondering if you want to grab a cup of coffee sometime, if that's okay. But me, I'm just like, let's not embarrass myself more than I feel like I already did. And like honestly, I don't think, like now that I'm thinking about it, it's like what, I didn't do anything wrong. Like I wasn't like stuttering like Porky Pig and whatever. But it was just, I don't know. It was weird for me to actually be on the, because I'm always asking myself like, why is it so hard for me to date? And it's just because I literally act like I'm very closed off, but I'm really not. Like I'm not a person that's just gonna be mean. Like even if somebody that I really don't feel like talking to, starts a conversation with me, I'll hold a conversation with you. I'm not gonna be like, get away from me. Um, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I just need to give myself a break a little bit sometimes instead of being so hard on myself. I am my harshest critic. But man, like I didn't realize, and I've been noticing that too. Like if I'll see a girl in the in the supermarket, or if I'm getting something to eat or whatever, and I see someone that I find attractive, like I will avoid eye contact. Like I will not look at you. Like if the thing is, if I can look you dead in your eye and not feel a thing, it's probably like you're like I don't. It's like I don't like you, but I'm just you're like everybody else. But if I can't, but if you look at me and I quickly look away, yeah, I like you, or I find you attractive. I would say like you. I don't know you per se, but um, I'm attracted. Like I don't, because I'm intimidated for some reason. It's like look away, look away. It's like that Lemony Snicket song. Look away. I have to get back on that show. Like I love Lemony Snicket's guys, but the Netflix show it just kind of seems like it's a little bit too like there's certain situations where I just want to just kind of throw the remote at the television, just like oh my god, are you serious? And I know it's that's the comedy of it. That's the style. It's like it's a dark comedy. It's but still, man, like Count Olaf, man, like I love Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf, but I just like Count Olaf, man. And then there's season 2 coming out, so like I really got to catch up. But like at one point, it just got so ridiculous. But I was like, I give up. I can't do this anymore. I can't put myself through this anymore. It's not a bad show. Just sometimes the outrageousness of it just kind of gets to me, and I just like, all right, now you're just insulting my intelligence. Like the reptile, like the reptile episode, well, the episodes. It's just like now you're insulting my intelligence, guys. But I love Lemony Snickets though. I love Lemony Snicket so much. The movie I still watch. I own the movie actually. I own that Beetlejuice. I don't know why that relates, but just thought of it. I own Heathers, the movie, because that is such a good movie. I own The Breakfast Club, Weird Science. I own a lot of 80s movies. I'm an 80s fanatic. That's one thing about me that people learn very quick, because I'm a huge 80s fanatic to a point where it's not even funny. Like a lot of my friends are like older people because I can actually have conversations about the 80s, the 70s, and the 60s and stuff like that. I'm weird, guys. I'm very weird. All right, so we're just about done. I'm just kind of like finishing up everything, just making sure everything's smooth so you don't go to bed feeling all over the place. But I'm gonna make a promise to myself. Next girl that I find attractive, I'm going to smile at her and I'm going to look at her for a couple seconds, not minutes, because that's creepy. But I'm looking at her for a couple seconds and just kind of glance away, but not like I'm, I'll smile and then I'll, go about my business. That's it. I'm not gonna overdo it, oversell it. It's just, y'all, I'm ashamed. I'm just ashamed. a proud, happy, silly shame. No, because I'm just thinking about it now. Like, Jesus Christ, like I can see why. Like they think I don't like them, and I'm like, no, that's not it. I'm just, I just look away. Look away. If you learn anything from this Reiki session, look away. All right, you're all good. So I'm gonna let you go to bed. Have a good night.